Welcome to People. I'm Shirley Lin. Today I'm in the home of Joshua Xu and Susan Huang. And who are they? Well, Joshua is a psychiatrist, but he's also the deputy director of the Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. And Susan is his wife, and she is becoming a gospel singer. I have interviewed them before, but lately they've come up with a book, and this is the book, and so that's why I want to talk to them again. I got a lot of feelings and thoughts and appreciation from reading this book. Now, first of all, what happened to them is that, well, they were a perfect married couple. They were perfect students when they were growing up, and they were having a perfect life, and then they got married, and they were going to go to Beijing and start a new life there. But then something happened. And what happened was that on January 1st of 2009, I think it was, right? Yes. They went on a skiing trip in Beijing. And Joshua had a terrible accident, and now he's paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah, waist down, right? Yeah. So I'm here to talk to them again after they've come up with this book. And a lot of things have changed. And there's so much that I want to ask them and share with them about what I got from the book. So, Joshua, how do you feel about, after coming out with this book? I mean, first of all, this is Joshua, and this is Susan. Yeah, Joshua, how did you feel after you came out with this book?
I think when this book was issued, I feel more relieved because I felt that I finishing a mission to present what happened in previous 5 years. Mm-hmm. In this book, I recorded what happened, what the accident happened, and what my how I faced this dramatic change, and I try to adjust myself. And what people surround me, including Susan, my family, and church brothers and sisters and friends, how they helped me and what they did the miracle. I think it is miraculous things in my life to help me to experience. Actually, it's very hard for me to walk again, and but lots of things happened, and I got progress in my body, and I can walk again with some orthosis, but I think the most exciting thing is exoskeleton, the walking machine to help me to walk again. I think the ITRI Research Institute in Taiwan, I think it's very exciting for me to experience these things, and I'm glad to present this story to everybody because I want to inspire others to help others can go through their
dilemma, trauma.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I got most of the book is the things that we don't see on the two of you. Is there's a lot of feelings in this book that if it wasn't put in word, we wouldn't have known what was going through inside your mind or your heart. But most people, when they go through something like this, they're usually very negative. They lose hope in life, but you're totally the opposite. And you give a lot of hope, and you're positive about it, and you're just more smile on your faces than maybe even before. And also, like, your marriage has gotten better because of this. Now, this is unbelievable. This is really hard for people to understand. And this is what I got most of the book. Like, for example, how your relationship with your family members wasn't that close before this accident happened. But after this, in fact, you all got really close together. Even the two families got close together. And what I got a lot out of this was my relationship with my dad is so much like your relationship with your father, who's already passed away. By the way, for our audience, Joshua got hurt in the beginning of the first day of that year, but then his father passed away from cancer at the end. In fact, the very last day of that year. So it's like double whammy, getting all these tragic things that happened to you in the same year. But there's so much similarity about your relationship with your dad and mine with my dad. And I've learned, I don't know, I just feel like I'm free. There's so much, like for example, my dad has very high expectations of me. I think my dad is very much like your dad, except that I was never beaten. The only thing that my dad ever did was a spanking on my palm. That's all. And he regretted it the rest of his life.
Wow.
But other than that, they're very much alike. But you've made me feel that freedom. And I think you're going to help me through. Now, my father is still around. But, we're getting better in our relationship. But it's amazing how you said that life, you don't try to expect for perfection, but you try to expect for, you said 圆满, not 完美. Now, 完美 is perfect. Now, 圆满, how would I say that? Unity, maybe? What was the word? Wholesome? Okay, wholesome.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
So you want to talk about like, after this thing happened, what was different about your relationship with your dad before and after?
I think about perfect and wholesome, I think it's totally different. The point is, in the past, before the accident, my life was trained to be perfect.
Getting 100% on everything.
Independent.
A plus.
And try to pursue A plus life, and not only in academic performance, job or marriage, and every other way. But that I think sometimes I still feel lonely. Yeah, because too independent. Yeah, but after the accident, I cannot be independent again. I really need to others' help. But I think it's very difficult for me to ask somebody to help me.
Yeah.
Because it's against
it's our pride.
It's our pride, and it's against our previous experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this way, I found actually people really need to lead a life of interdependent.
Yes, you mentioned that in the book.
Yeah, interdependent. Interdependent is maybe I feel a hole in my life. I can ask others to help me to fill that hole. I also see what I have to meet others' needs. I try to give what I gain to help others. So I found that when I talk to healthy people help me. After they're helping me, they feel even happier. So I feel that. So if I can ask someone to help me, they feel they are worthy to helping others. Yeah, they found their value, and they are glad. So I when I see they are happy, I feel even happier. Not focus what need I have, not what I don't have.
Right.
Yeah. So that's wholesome. The wholesome is through interdependent. To become wholesome.
Okay. So that's how you are with. That's how you were with your father then.
Yeah.
that interdependence there?
Yeah. So about my dad, since childhood, because he has a very high expectation and sometimes his temper is not so good.
Yeah.
So I feared him. We are not so close to each other, but after this accident, he came from Taichung to Taipei to give me some acupuncture therapy every weekend. So we meet each other every weekend, and we have time. You know, when you receive acupuncture, you need to wait.
Yeah. Just lie down there.
You need to wait and with the therapist, and you can talk to the therapist.
Yeah.
So I talk to my dad. And
so you're the one who always started the conversation, right? No?
Most of the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
But then did he become softer?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he become more gentle?
Yeah. I think so.
That's good.
I think in the beginning he was angry and angry about God, angry about me, angry about why this happened. Yeah, because he knew that I do good things to go to mainland China, and but he didn't know why. But I cannot answer him. But I try to say sorry to him, what happened about this accident, and try to reconcile with him about our past. 对， something I want to I want him to apologize to me about my childhood. He's my beaten experience. Yeah, but because I experienced my father's end-stage cancer in the same year, and finally I think I experienced an inspiration from Bible to help me to forgive my dad
without having to hear him say I'm sorry.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
I learned something about that.
Yeah.
I really did. Well, we'll get back to this later, but Susan, there's very little of your feelings in this book because it's mostly from his angle.
Yeah.
What are your feelings, after reading this book or after this book came out? And I know that in producing this book, the writer kind of met with you many times to interview you, and you were all very giving and always willing to help. But I'm sure you have a lot of feelings too from, before and after, especially after this book came out, and because there isn't that much of your feelings in this book. So you want to talk about your feelings and thoughts and anything, even with your family or anything. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I also feel relieved from releasing the book because the book is our dream. Why? Because we want to write it as a gift to the society, because we really learn a lot and we got a lot of love from others. So we want to put the book as a gift to tell others what happened and how we face it. And it could be a gift for the people in distress, in difficulty.
Wow.
So I think this is our dream come true.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that is amazing. Well, before we continue, I went to sort of like a forum, a speech that you gave at the Taiwan Normal University. And and I went to this, I heard Joshua sharing about your story, But I also heard Susan sing two of the songs that she really loves, and actually one of them that she wrote for Joshua. So let's have a listen to that song right now. And it's called 因他爱我. Now how? 因你爱我.
Yeah,
now how would you
love
translate? Oh, because you love me. Okay. So let's have a listen to that song right now. You know, when I first listened to that song, I started crying. I've heard it many times, actually, but at the speech, I still cried because it's a very, very moving story, you know, very touching lyrics. Actually, you said the song was written expressing his feelings.
Yeah.
You were like standing in his shoes, trying to figure out what he was going through.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But actually, you wrote the song dedicating it to him.
Yes.
You know, I don't think I can ever become a songwriter. It's amazing, you know, how the words that you put in there.
Yeah.
But it's very, very touching.
Yeah.
So I heard that you've always liked singing.
Yes.
And you actually, even after the accident, you went to take some like songwriting or composition classes.
Yes.
You've got a big dream for this, and that's why you decided to quit your job and go into singing.
Yeah.
Now, what did it take to make you do this, you know, make this decision? Because you're both like perfect, aiming for perfection. And you're always wondering, like, am I making the right decision? You know, is this going to be good? Is this going to be right?
I'm asking
Because you're both A+ students. Even now, you're like, you know, of course, this thing that happened has made you less of an A+ couple and actually more real and down to earth, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, tell us, your thoughts and feelings and your decision in making this about singing as your life.
Yeah, before the accident, I love to sing. I'm love singing all the time. But before the accident, when I sing, I will care. Oh, am I good enough?
You mean you don't think that anymore now?
好心虚哦 Actually, but after his accident, I think music is a very strong power to heal people and to comfort people. I find the power whenever Joshua is feeling painful in his body. He asks me to pray for him and sing for him. Just sing holy songs, the hymns, and he will feel relieved, and he could feel the love from God. So I realized that wow, music has such a power. So
Such a therapeutic power.
yeah,
right?
therapeutic power. So I think maybe it's my mission to bring music to people in distress. So when a book is planned to publish, I asked the editor if I could do some music for the book. For example, I made a CD for the book. So the editor admitted me to publish the book with the CD. So I really hope my CD and along with the book could comfort and encourage people in difficulty and distress.
Well, now I want to know is that, of course, you've accepted, both of you, just the fate that has come upon, you know, Joshua, you know, physically. How is it now that I'm sure you've accepted this fact and you're going to live with it? But reading the book, you go into details about what you go through from the moment you open your eyes and getting up in the morning, and then do all these things that your bodily needs, okay? And then having to live with this kind of, probably for the rest of your life. How do you feel? Because for us reading the book, we feel like, oh, we couldn't imagine living that kind of life. But I'm sure that you guys are looking at it more positively. And besides, it seems like both of you are pretty humorous, especially Susan. She's got a great sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
I just wonder, how do you live with this, knowing that this is going to be part of your life for the rest of your life, probably?
I think in the beginning, I think it's a very frustrating experience. I almost spend all day long to take care of my body. I cannot do. I don't have any other effort to do other things. I have no leisure time. I cannot productive as before. So it's very frustrating. But I try to, in my faith, I try to rely on God. Maybe He has a perfect plan for me. Yeah.
The real perfect plan.
Real perfect.
Your perfect plan.
Not worldly perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I try to wait patiently, and I try to focus what He has given me at that moment. What I explored inside myself, my ability, my strength. I try to use them because I like to make a plan. As before, I try to make a plan in my situation. So I try to every day I will try to focus on what I can do, maybe only a little pace.
So you lower your expectation of yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was satisfied with what I have devoted at that day, and maybe every day is different. Sometimes I can find some progress, but in other days I feel some downhill.
But you have to tell yourself it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I find when I waited patiently, and I focused on what I can do, I found this effort piled up actually, and the effort, the results is very inspiring. But talk about now, still when I open my eyes, I think it's still very hard for me to face every day, because what I faced, it was tiredness and pain. Open my eye, so I was humble to make a prayer, to ask God to give me some strength to begin my day. So every day I need to do this. But I think I think I was happier because I felt even closer to God, and I think even closer to people surround me. Yeah.
Wow.
Not so lonely as before. Yeah. So
what a change.
Yeah. So
these are things you never expected, you know, that would happen after the accident. But because of it, so many things unexpected that's happened in your life, whether it's relationships or giving to people. I mean, you're giving more than you were able to give before, right? Just to let our audience know, actually, Joshua has always been a psychiatrist, even before the accident. And for him to be able to go back to being a psychiatrist and practice, you know, what he's good at, it's amazing how you can give to people sitting in a wheelchair and still, you're helping more, your patients this way. And also with your experience, and you're kind of like in their shoes, you know exactly how to help them. Instead of usual orders like take this pill and do that and that's it. Okay, see you next week, you know, right? Well, what about Susan? What about you? You know, now you're the wife of a patient, and this is going to be a lifetime thing. How do you look at this now? Of course, you have a good sense of humor, but I mean, real feelings inside.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for me, especially我很少吃苦.
No, you've never had any
from
hardships, even during your childhood.
From my childhood. So it's really a very hard life homework for me. But I try to accept it as also a lesson and a gift from God. Yeah, because I think just like Joshua said that he had more experience from the accident till now. He received more help and more relationship is around him.
Yeah.
I also feel the same way. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's like my eyes is opened and I see another world and I think, wow, I could live so well also. Although not the same like before, but I can live so well and I can I think I'm more grateful and not taking for granted for everything I have. Even just like I can walk,
Yeah.
I know that it's a gift. And because I saw too many people in the hospital, they lose the very basic function of their life. So that reminds me that I really have so many things. So
Wow.
I'm really grateful. I
Okay.
learned the lesson of grateful.
It's a matter of attitude,
Attitude.
right? It's just a matter of having the right attitude.
Yeah.
Actually, Joshua, maybe even right now, as he's receiving this, interview, you're probably feeling some pain going through your body, right?
Yeah.
This is what he never thought that, that you would experience after the accident, is this pain that kind of comes and goes unexpectedly throughout your body, throughout the day. Now, I don't know how you deal with that. And there was one thing that you wrote in the book that I know that you don't have any feelings from your, kind of like from your heart down, but you were explaining or describing a kind of pain, which is like feeling your foot, the toes of the toe, the big toe, being pulled out again and again and
nail.
again.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand. You don't have any feelings down, but why do you feel that? It's this telling you? That is... But then...
Misunderstanding of his head.
Misunderstanding about.
I see. So it's getting the wrong message.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but
Wrong
you're
signal.
getting this kind of signal time
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah,
day.
yeah. So it's very suffer.
Several times throughout the book, you've said you're thankful that you still have the upper body and a head.
Yeah.
But at this moment, it's like you are thankful for the head, but then the head is giving you wrong messages about all this pain.
Yeah.
So it's give and take, right? Pros and cons.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, what are your plans together now? Is it to continue just give speeches and you continue to sing? I see that you've got it all structured out the way you gave the speech. You kind of talk for half an hour and then Susan would sing a song, and then you talk for another hour and then Susan will end with a song. Is this what you're going to do again and again and again? It gets tiring, doesn't it? Wouldn't it get tiring?
I think.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I try to. I think it's not. It's not my. I'm not familiar with this speech experience before this accident.
Oh, really?
When I was a psychiatrist, nobody asked me to deliver a speech. But when I was a patient, so more and more speech come. But I think what happened to me is a rare and precious experience. I want to share with everybody because what I see in their eyes, what they after speech they feedback me about how they appreciate.
Okay.
They found their blessings in their life. So I try to focus on. I think every speech I face a different audience, and I try to give everybody their own gift. Maybe I deliver similar message, but I think in different body, they got their own insight to their life.
Okay.
So I still enjoy this. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. I hope you continue to enjoy what you're doing because obviously you already found ways to find joy and thankfulness in your lives together despite this accident. And thank you so much for the book. I'm sure it's a great inspiration for a lot of people, even for normal people like me. And to end off today's interview, I want to share another song that Susan sang also at the speech the other day. It's apparently a song that's Joshua's favorite. Well, also obviously it's your favorite too. What's the name of the song?
恩典之路,
The
Path of Grace.
The Path of Grace. It's a gospel song. So, well, we're going to listen to that song. And thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Shirley.
All right. Thank you for watching, people. I'm Shirley Lin.
你是我的主，引我走这一路，高山或低谷，都是你在保护。万人中唯独你爱我，认识我，永远不变的许，这一生都是祝福。一步又一步，这是恩典之路，你爱你手将我紧紧抓住。一步又一步，这是盼望之路，你爱你手牵引我走这人生路。我最喜欢这首歌的地方是有一句，他说这一生都是祝福。其实不是真的是这样吗？我们有的吃啊，有的穿，然后有很多的机会可以去尝试。只要我们去抓住，我们真的会看见我们生命中，哇，何其多的礼物恩典在我们四周。其实，我们真的要去感恩。你是我的主，引带我行这路。高岭也山谷，拢有你在保护。万人中只有你听我知影我，永远无变的因缘，这一生拢是祝福。一步搁一步。一心中的路，你的亲像一是我长向前，一步搁一步，一心中的路，你的亲像看我阮行人生路途。一步搁一步，一心中的路，你的亲像，一是我长向前，一步搁一步，一心中的路，你的亲像，看我阮行人生路途。亲像